Hello and welcome. The topic of this video is about how to create the basic data plots in Tableau. So first, you need to connect the underlying data source, and we will use the sample data, the global superstore orders. If you have forgot the operation, you may watch our previous videos. In this demo, you will learn how to create the line plot, the histogram, scatter plot, bar plot, box plot, pie chart, the map graph, and also the bubble plot. Let's create a line plot first. Did you still remember the usage of a line plot? It can show the changes over time. So our question here is to explore how does the average shipping cost varies over time. What are the necessary steps in Tableau? You need to create a new sheet, and you need to drag in the order date to column and the shipping cost to the rows. You also need to convert the order date to the continuous for months. Because here in Tableau will treat the date type as a special type, and by default, they will actually set the order date to the qualitative data type, that is the categorical data type. So if you want to create the line plot, you have to convert to the continuous type. The underlying data variables needed is like this. We will use the line plot to show the changes over time. This is something we are going to create, the line plot. Next, I will show the demo in Tableau. Hello, in this Tableau demo, we are going to show you how to create a line plot to show the average shipping cost over time. So we need two-dimensional data variable. One is the order date. So we drop the order date to the column. And we're also dragging the shipping cost to the row here. Well, this is not the line plot we're trying to plot. Well, because when Tableau actually create the data type, there are two actually data type there. One is that is the qualitative. So you can treat like a categorical data type. And the other is the continuous one. So here to create the line plot, we have to convert the data time to a continuous, okay, the month time plot. And we are asking for average shipping cost. So the aggregation measure, you should change from the summation to average. Okay, so this will be the line plot we are intended to draw. So next, we are going to create a histogram. A histogram can show the distribution of a single-dimensional numerical variable. Our question here is to explore the distribution for the sales value. The necessary step in Tableau would be, you need to create a new sheet, you select the sales, you hold the Control command, and from the Show Me panel, select the histogram chart. And once you create it, it would be something like this. Next, I will show you the demo in Tableau. In this Tableau, we are going to show you how to create a histogram to describe the distribution of the sales value. So you need to create a new sheet here, and you may also clicking on the sales, and from the Show Me panel here, you can click on the histogram. And once you get that, you will see this is the histogram we want to create. Next, we are going to create a scatter plot. Scatter plot can show the relationship between two numerical variables. Our question here is how does the sales value varies with profit? The necessary steps in Tableau would be, you need to create a new sheet, dragging the sales to the column and profit to the row. And you also have to untick the aggregate analysis, because in Tableau will aggregate all the sales and profit values, for example, like the summation of the sales or the summation of the profit, thus resulting a single data point. So you need to untick the aggregate analysis. Once you have created, you will have some scatter plot looking like this one. So next, I will show the demo in Tableau. In this demo here, we are going to show you how to use in Tableau to create a scatter plot to describe the relationship between the sales value and the profit. So what you need to do here, you need to create a new sheet and you need to drag in the sales to the column and also the profit to the rows. Okay, and once you create it, you will see actually only a single point. The reason is because Tableau will aggregate the measures. For example, they are taking the summation of the sales and summation of the profit. So we need to unclick the aggregate measure. Now you have created a scatter plot for sales value and profit. So we are going to create a bar plot here. Bar plot can easily show the distribution of categorical variable. And our question here, what are the total sales across countries and category? The necessary step in Tableau would be, you need to create a new sheet and drag in the sales to the column and country and category to the rows. For country and category, both are belonging to the categorical data type. So we are creating a hierarchy here. That means for each country, we may have several subcategories. Well, this is the data table. It would be something like this. So we have three-dimensional data variables with two qualitative data types, the country and the category. And that would form like a category and subcategory. So once you create it, you will have some bar plot looking like this one. So next, we will show the demo in Tableau. In this demo here, you are going to see how we can create a bar plot in Tableau. And this bar plot is to show the total sales across country and category. So we need to create a new sheet here, and we need to drag in the sales to the column and also the country to the row, as well as the category here. So this will be the bar plot. Of course, you can actually exchange the horizontal axis with the vertical axis. You will have a different bar plot. So this is the bar plot we created. And you see here, for the two categorical data type, the country and the category, we are creating some hierarchy structure here. So within each country, you have several subcategories like the furniture, office supply, and technologies. Next, we are going to create a box plot. Box plot is an alternative way to the histogram that can also describe the distribution of a single-dimensional numerical data. Our question here is, what are the profit distributions across different categories? The necessary step in Tableau would be, you need to create a new sheet, you need to drag in a category to the column, and a profit to the row. So that will result in your X position and Y position. You also need to uncheck the analysis and also the aggregate measure. From the Show Me panel, select the box plot. So this is the underlying data table. And once you create it, you will have some box plot looking like this one. Next, we will show you the demo in Tableau. In this demo here, we are going to show you how to create the box plot in Tableau to show the profit distribution across different categories. So what we need here is create a new sheet. We need to actually drag in the category to the column and also the profit to the rows. But what you see here, they have actually done the aggregate measure for the profit. So we have to unclick the aggregate measure. And after that, we can go for the Show Me panel here and clicking on the box plot. Once you're clicking on this box plot, you will get this box plot distribution. Let's try to create a pie chart here. A pie chart can easily tell the part to whole percentage, for example, like the market share for different brands. Our question here is, what are the sales share for different markets? The necessary step in Tableau would be, you need to create a new sheet, you drag the market to the column and sales to the row. And from the Show Me panel, you choose the pie chart. And for this pie chart, you need additional visual cues to indicate the market and also show the percentage of the share. So you need to have changing the summation, the aggregate measure summation, okay, using the quick table calculation to the percentage of total. Once you create it, it would be something like this, the pie chart here. Next, we will show the demo in Tableau. In this demo here, we are going to show you how to create a pie chart to show the sales share for different markets. So what we need to do here, create a new sheet, and then we dragging the market to the column and the sales to the row. Well, you see by default, they give you actually a bar plot, but we need to convert it to the pie chart. So we go for the show me panel here, and we're clicking on this pie chart. And once you get that, okay, you create a pie chart. But there's not much information about the pie chart. So we are adding some information or text message in the pie chart. So we'll be dragging the sales to the marks label. So they will show you what is the sales volume. But in fact, well, we don't need to get the summation. I will only need the percentage of the share. So we have to changing this summation of that to, okay, to the percentage. So you need to change the measure, or you go for the quick table calculation and choosing the percentage of total. And you also want to show the market, because now you don't know which market is which color. So you can actually dragging the market as well to the label there. So you see for each market, what is the percentage share. Well, this is the pie chart. Next, we will show you how to create a map graph. A map can easily tell the interested data values across the geographical locations. And our question here is, what are the sales volume for different countries? The necessary step in Tableau would be, you need to create a new sheet, you hold the Control command, and select the country and the sales. From the Show Me panel, you select the maps. Okay, so this is the underlying data table. We have one categorical data, that is the country, that can also be mapped to the geographical locations. Another column is the sales volume for that country. So once you created, the map view will be something like this. Next, I will show you the demo in Tableau. In this demo here, we are going to show you how to create a map graph to show the sales volume across different countries. So what you need to do here, you need to create a new sheet. Well, this map view is about the country and the sales volume. So let's try to click the country. Okay, and we hold that. We also click the sales. So once you have these two get selected, you can go for the Show Me panel here. There's actually a map view here. So you have two map view. One is the symbol one, the other is the regular one. So let's clicking on the map view. And once you click that, you will actually have this map view that can actually tell you the sales volume distribution across different countries. Next, we are going to create a bubble plot here. A bubble plot is a variation of scatter plot with additional dimensions of the data represented in various visual cues, like the size, the color. Our question here is, how does the quantity varies with profit and also the number of orders for each market? The necessary step in Tableau would be, you need to create a new sheet. You drag in the quantity to the column and the profit to the row. So that would be your X position and Y position. Then you need to drag in the market to the marks color. So this is the color visual cues for the market. You also drag the market to the marks label. So you are using the visual cue that text the information to indicate the market as well. Lastly, you need to drag in the number of records to the marks size. So here we are using the size visual cue to represent the number of records. Well, the underlying data table would be something like this. We have 4 data variables displayed here. The mapping visual cue are like this. The aggregate quantity is in the X position. The aggregate profit is in the Y position. Number of transaction records is the circle size. and market is indicated by both color and the label text. Next, I will show you the demo in Tableau. In this demo here, we are going to show you how the quantity varies with profit and also the number of orders for each market using the bubble plot. So what you need to do here, create a new sheet. Well, next we will drag in the quantity to the column and also the profit to the rows. You will see by default you get a single point here because of the aggregate measure. Well, it doesn't matter. Here we need to actually showing for the different market. So we need to actually drag in the market to the color. So here you are actually creating 5 different markets here. So you will have 5 different points using this different color to represent it. The next visual cue is actually the size, the number of records. So we want to drag in the number of records to the marks panel here using the size. So you will see for the market with a larger number of records, the circle size will also be larger. We may also need the visual cue, the text information to indicate the market. So we can drag in the market to the text label here. So that will indicate for different market. Well, this is the bubble plot we have created. And the underlying dimensional data variable, we have the profit, quantity, we also have the market name, we also have the number of records. So this is the bubble plot we created. Let's summarize this lesson on how to choosing the right chart type for a given data table. You may need to consider the data types, the relationships, and visual encodings together to finally decide the chart type. And importantly, it all depends on your business context. Thanks for watching and enjoy your learning.